There's a preposition that the family is the most important nation on earth. Society cannot exist without the family because everyone you will see comes from a family, whether that person is born in or out of wedlock. That person comes from a family. He comes from two individuals. He or she comes from two individuals, a man and a woman. People don't just appear from nowhere. They come from somewhere, and that somewhere is the family, because the family is the production factory of the society. Every value or behavior we've learned or embraced stems from the family. Every marriage is a nation powered by teamwork, which means every family can become a nation, because all the nations we know, all the nations of the world that we know started with somebody's family. So, what will you do differently in your marriage if you were told you would be given 1 million US dollars monthly if you intentionally and consistently work on ensuring your marriage doesn't fall apart? What will you do differently in your marriage if the reward for staying together is greater than the reward for staying apart, or if the reward for staying together is greater than staying apart? If the stakes are high, I am sure you will do all you can to work on your marriage. You must have a higher purpose for getting and staying married, or else abuse for the marriage institution is inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of marriage, you will upset the marriage institution with all kinds of wrong mindsets and behavior. Nobody's saying marriages won't or shouldn't have problems or challenges, but allow the purpose of getting married and staying married be bigger than your ego or your selfish desires or any challenges that you are facing or might even face in the future. So, for family life and harmony and nation building to be achieved, you must be able to answer these questions. Why did I get married to my spouse? And why did my spouse marry me? If the purpose of getting married is flimsy, like, oh, I was trying to get out of my father's house, or due to sexual pressure, or from the society, due to sexual pressure, or maybe pressure from the society, or because of the beauty of your spouse, or because you wanted someone to cook for you, or somebody to pay your bills, or just because you feel you're getting old, I tell you, you won't be able to stand the test of time when challenges hit your marriage. You won't be able to stand the test of time if your reason for getting married is this flimsy or mundane. So, do you have a clear and written vision and mission for your family? As I mentioned, your family is a nation, and no great nation or organization exists without a clearly defined mission or vision. Organizations are not ashamed to tell the world why they exist. You will see the mission and visions, their mission or their visions of most of organizations on their website or even in their premises when you visit them. Without a marital vision, everyone is headed the wrong direction. Everybody is headed the opposite direction. The man might be going right, the woman will be going left, and the children are headed somewhere else. So we need a vision to be able to guide us, to be able to help us to know where we are going and how to get there. Do you regularly discuss your relationship, and how do you resolve challenges? Or is everyone just assuming things and doing what works for them? Do you fully understand your spouse's needs and tendencies, or all you are after is your own needs to be met and you don't care about who meets your spouse's need? Is there an agreed marital routine and ritual intended to produce a clear culture for your family? Nobody in nation building, nobody thinks about inferiority or superiority. The team players work together by treating each other with respect. They treat others how they would want to be treated and how the other person wants to be treated. So it's not enough for you to treat somebody or treat your spouse the way you would want to be treated, but then you should know how the person would want to be treated. That is why knowing each other's personality and love language is critical. In team and nation building, you share your gains and losses. Competition is out of the question. You are both homemakers. The duty of the homemaker is not zoned to the woman. You work together to birth a nation that will give our world rest. Star players don't win matches. Only team players do. Only team members do. For example, you look at a football team. When they play matches, each player doesn't insist on their own way. They work together and hone their skills to win their opponents. So your marriage is a team. You should always consider your marriage as your responsibility. You should insist on working together as a husband and wife to be able to birth a nation that will be able to give our world rest. In football, when the team wins or loses a match, you don't hear them say, "Oh, that person wins or that person lost." They say the team has won and they all celebrate their achievements together. So if a marriage relationship has a challenge, both spouses must unite and make things work by learning what works and unlearning the beliefs that sabotage their journey to marital bliss. Because the family's health is core to creating a nation capable of blessing humanity, we must ensure that nothing interferes with our marriages. Our marriages are our responsibility, So we need to work together. We need to constantly ask ourselves questions. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What can we learn? What can we unlearn? And what can we relearn? So that we'll be able to birth a society that will bless humanity and give our world rest. Thank you.